We always want to know what's on your mind. Text your comments or questions to the Smart Air Cooling and Heating text line at 512-836-0590.
8:19 here on the Todd and Oz Show, giving them the business. How about this? If you've paid your car insurance premium lately, you may have noticed it's costing more than ever before. That's due to several factors, including labor, weather, and technology. Yeah, coupled with inflation, and drivers are feeling the pinch at more places than ever before, more than just the pump, right? Rich Johnson is with the Insurance Council of Texas. He tells KI, he says that, well, the state is the third in the country when it comes to dangerous and distracted drivers, second when it comes to drunk driving accidents, fourth in the number of deadly crashes, add hail, hurricanes, and the fact that 14% of the drivers are estimated to be uninsured, which makes Texas a very expensive place to insure a vehicle, right? Sure. Yeah, jump in at 512-836-0590. Market Watch notes premiums are 14% above the national average here in Texas. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? Jump in at 512-836-0590 here on the Todd and Oz Show.
Well, I was looking at a report just this week that talks about how the price of car insurance just in general under the Biden-Harris watch has risen nationwide on average 54%. 54% it's gone up. And that's massive. And that doesn't take into account either the increased prices of gas or cars or maintenance of said cars. I think probably some of that has to factor into what we're seeing here in Texas.
I think the technology is adding to it as well. It costs more to fix a car. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like if your car's involved in a crash, that bumper that's full of all kinds of sensors and cameras, all of those things got to be replaced. And
30% more nowadays.
Cost more just to fix the technology alone. Well, adding to the frustration is the fact that car insurance premiums have gotten more expensive since the pandemic, with the average rate change about 25% just last year alone. Just last year.
Well, I gotta put a lot of this blame on the inflationary spending bills that have come out of this administration that have not made anything easier for anybody.
Plays a role for sure.
Hugely, I think.
Well, the losses are bigger, too, totaling more than $20 billion last year in Texas alone, which is a 13% increase from 2022. Johnson is quoted in the story there at KI. It's causing accidents to be more frequent and actually more severe when it comes to repairing your vehicle, but not only repairing the medical costs that go along with it, too. The medical costs to treat someone injured in a crash. It all factors in. So, what can you do to save money? Daniel Armbruster, he's with AAA. He says it's important to do some research, shop around, to find the agent and the coverage that, is comparable. And, well, companies charge different rates. And a company that you might raise your rates, while another company may not be raising rates right now. Just you got to circulate around, fish around for something that's a better deal. The companies are also offering a variety of discounts, everything from getting good grades in school to taking defensive driving courses, setting up automatic billing payments. Those are the kind of things Armbruster says can save you a little cash on the back end.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those things, almost everybody's got to carrying car insurance. And then when you look at it, here in Texas, it's already up 4% nationwide. And then here in Texas, they're saying 14% above the national average. That's yet another thing that's eating into people's real wages, pay increases they've gotten at work just being completely, dissolved because of stuff like this.
Well, the state does promote this special website. It's through the Texas Department of Insurance and their policy comparison website. It's called helpinsure.com. And basically you can compare different insurance companies and different rates.
It's a good idea to do.
You could fish and find the one that, fits your budget. Based on the needs, that you have as a driver, I guess.
I think it's frustrating for a lot of people when they're out there shopping because, so often they just want to, try to get some quotes online, but, they put in their information and then they're bombarded by call after call and text from, all these agents wanting to sell something.
Yeah. Let's squeeze in Billy. He's checking in from Westlake. Billy, you're in the insurance business?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah. What do you want to add to the story? Yes, sir.
Well, if there's another big factor that's driving the the marketplace right now, and that's all the massive verdicts that are coming out of the actions from plaintiffs' attorneys that you see on TV and probably some of your sponsors too. So
Interesting.
But
you mean the trial lawyers, those folks?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and those verdicts, it all comes out of the same bucket. Whether you're repairing a car or a building, these insurance companies insure lots of things, including cars. A lot of them, that make products for, different kinds of insurance, and it's all the same bucket. And those verdicts, until there's liability reform at the state level, which trial attorneys fund a lot of campaigns. There's many of them in the legislature. Until we see some changes on that end, those verdicts are going to increase, and it's going to be very tough for insurance companies to be profitable and help drive rates back down.
Billy, can you explain?
Going on?
Yeah, Billy, I'm with you. Explain some of these big payouts so some people may not be familiar with. Can you remind us of one of those out there that? And you're right, it all comes from the same buckets, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, transportation. We've seen a lot in the trucking business. There's cyber attacks of hundreds of millions of dollars. There's a lot there, but really trucking and transportation drives a lot of those nuclear verdicts, and that's the word they use is nuclear.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing hundreds of millions of dollars and into the billions on some of these verdicts.
In other words, somebody may be hurt, and then all of a sudden there's a big class action lawsuit brought by a trial attorney, and then all of a sudden they get to court and there's a massive payout involving tens of millions of dollars, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And now you've got third parties funding those actions if the plaintiffs can't afford it. So that's actually being looked at in the legislature right now, is some transparency behind who is funding those legal actions. And so I think that's a good start in the right direction. But it's going to be a while. Session doesn't start for 2 years, so we could expect this to be a thing for a little while.
Yeah, interesting, Billy. Thanks for checking in, man. I appreciate your expertise. It is 8:26 here at KLBJ.
The Todd and Oz Show.
You deserve true comforts and relaxation when you get home every day. You know the kind of comfort and relaxation that you can only find on a Flex Steel sofa, couch, or recliner. Now, you can only get Flex Steel sofa, couches, and recliners at Furniture Market, southbound I-35 between Breaker and Runberg Lane, but also the shops at San Gabriel Ridge. That's up in Leander. On just south of Highway 29 on 183A. And, well, at both locations, they're bringing new product in from the main warehouse just about every day. Dwayne is the owner, and listen, he's kind of unhinged right now. He's kind of off his rocker. He's practically giving furniture away. And in fact, if you get to Furniture Market and you see something you really like, make them an offer. Man, they're making incredible deals at Furniture Market. And if it's leather, you got to get to Furniture Market, where they have the biggest selections of leather and the best prices in town. And, well, you're going to find something unique for every room in the house. Furniture Market on southbound I-35 between Breaker and Runberg Lane. The shops at San Gabriel Ridge and Leander. And always online at myfurnituremarket.com.